Hello, I'm Daniel, and welcome to the Emunah Project. We here at the Emunah Project are continuing in our series of videos with respect to inspiration, and in this video, guidance. Those of us in the Kiruv business, those of us who are attempting to bring people closer to a religious life, to an observant life, closer to the Creator, when someone comes to us for advice, and I'm not talking necessarily about religious leaders, someone who views you as perhaps on a higher religious level and comes to you for advice. I'm reminded of the halacha, the law, when a house is afflicted with Tzaraas, with what is improperly called leprosy. And sometimes it not only affects people, it affects houses. And the Kohen, the priest, comes in and he inspects the walls and he sees if, in fact, the Tzaraas is in the house. There's a halakha that states, it's in a Mishnah in the Gerim, that if the house is like a little dark and it's difficult for the priest to see the wall, don't open the window to give him more light, to make it more accessible. An interesting halacha, and it has its parallel when we're dealing with people. If someone comes to you for help and guidance, again, I'm not talking about necessarily religious leaders. A friend will come to you and he says, you know what, you seem to be making big changes in your life and I want to do it, but I got to tell you, I've had a horrible past and I don't know if I can do it. The fact that he's coming to you, the fact that she's coming to you, and bearing her soul, and saying that they've had a sinful life, don't poke and pry into it. Don't make the person embarrass themselves even more by giving details of exactly what their sinful life is. By doing so, you may embarrass and humiliate the person, and God forbid, push them away, like the house that is suspected of having Tzaraas. When the coin's looking for it, don't open the window. Don't make it, even more visible than it is. Treat a person with respect, especially when they're at the vulnerable time where they're coming to you, looking for guidance, looking for advice. If the person volunteers information, fine. But don't try and drag out bad memories and sinful behavior from them. It may have an effect that you didn't intend. Sometimes you have the opposite. You have a person who comes to you and they're spilling their guts. They're going on and on with a vast litany of every wrong thing they've done. They've done this, they've done that, and they did that. And you're trying to give them advice and they're just not stopping. And that happened to me once. Actually, that happened to me once. This young lady was going on and on and on and on. I guess she was just like, I was reminded of a story. I'm sorry, I forget who it was, who had a similar story. I didn't use this quote, but I remember that when this Rebbe, when this person was approached by this one who gave a long litany of sins, he actually interrupted him and he says, you know what, I need to ask you a question. What did God do to you to make you sin so much? I didn't say that. But when someone comes to us and when someone confides in us and confesses to us things that they never thought they would ever tell anyone, deep, dark secrets that maybe even their spouse doesn't know. Treat them with respect. Respect their privacy. Don't try to pry information from them that's probably best left between them and the Creator. We're going to be doing more videos along these lines. Please come back. Please watch. Please learn. I hope you're enjoying them. I hope you're learning from them. And until next time, on behalf of the Emunah Project, I'm Daniel, and thank you too much.